It's time once again to go Code Red inside the East Coast Wrestling Association. Folks, I hope you've cleared a half an hour off of your schedule, because on this week's episode of ECWA Code Red, we have a lot to get to. So much, in fact, I don't even have time to drop in the usual reference to the fact that I am John Germain Esquire. Oh, wait, I still did. Well, funny that way. Anyway, on this week's episode, we have a lot to get to in the 3 matches that surrounded this year's Super 8 tournament. For starters, we have the 8-man Battle Royal contest to fill the 4th slot in the championship match come June 7th to crown the new heavyweight champion in ECWA ever since Kekoa the Flying Hawaiian had to vacate the belt due to injury. We saw a preview of that match as Breaker Morant and the Napalm Bomb went one-on-one, and we also had the tag titles up for grabs as it was D-Line defending against Team CK. But we start with the Battle Royal. 3 of the 4 slots already filled. Men with extensive pedigrees here in the ECWA. Ricky Martinez, Breaker Morant, and the Napalm Bomb, all slated for that title tilt come the main event on June 7th. But the 4th entrant still had to be named. Rather than just pick a name out of a hat or do a raffle or a drawing or, I don't know, catching greased pigs, we did it the old-fashioned way. 8 men enter, 1 man left with that ticket for a title opportunity. Battle Royal style. Now, you can win one of 3 ways, or be eliminated one of 3 ways. That makes more sense. Over the top rope, pinfall, submission. With that in mind, let's take a look at how things shook out and how we got to entrant number 4 for June 7th and the title match. And a spear! And with all that speed, he takes down Solo. All right, Coach is rejoining me. Coach, what the hell was that? Ooh la la, choke slammed out too. He stunnered and rock bottomed Papadon. He hit the Hogan boot. He hit the people's elbow.
Let's just say we've been working on things.
What did you put in his Wheaties this morning?
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Lance Anua'i just got crushed.
There is some carnage in that ring.
Rope break there. Hey, by the way, Atu, if he's not scary enough, his nose appears to be broken. The blood is trickling down his face. And in true Atu fashion, he doesn't care. Hey, wait a minute. Wild wants the Kata Hajime, the 50 Shades of Pain. I don't even know if he can lock it in. Atu's neck is so massive.
Well, he doesn't have to break the ropes.
Yeah, I'm surprised, actually, now that you mentioned it, that there was a rope break granted to Anua'i. I guess that's the chaos and confusion of this match.
I mean, and we're still out there with
6 of the 8.
6 of the 8. Kid starting it off.
Big running knee from Anua'i.
Wow.
You know, I said when he came out here, the pace was going to quicken.
I'm not seeing Papadon. I just sat down.
He's in the corner.
He is in the corner.
Biding his time.
All right. Trying to get lay of the land here.
Anuwai goes after Solo. Gets him up under the chin, and there goes Solo!
It's a good thing this wasn't a Rumble.
Has been eliminated.
Except you can still be eliminated over the top.
I must have missed that roll. I was going for pinfalls.
Well, yeah. Anuwai is in a predicament where he could be eliminated from here because he went over the top.
Papadon going after Kid again.
I'm amazed Kid USA is still in this match. Oh my God! Cover! 2, 3! Wow!
Has been eliminated.
Lance Anuwai takes out both members of the Legion of Destruction. Super kick sending Solo over the top rope. An incredible hang time, and we are down to 4. The newcomer Anuwai, the Mid-Atlantic champion Chris Wilde, Mr. ECWA Papadon, and would you believe Kid USA?
Bye-bye, Mr. Blackheart.
I am just impressed that Kid USA is still in this thing. I still think he has zero chance of winning it, but by God, he has hung in there with Papadon and Atu and Solo and Chris Wilde.
You know what he's got? America.
I thought you were going to say Moxie.
No, not Moxie.
Is it Moxie America?
No.
Well, the makers of Spunk. We've got Moxie.
Moxie America.
Nice tornado elbow by Chris Wilde, and there it goes.
Oh, he couldn't hold on.
Kid USA has been eliminated.
We are down to 3.
He is tattered and torn like the American flag in a battle.
Like at Fort Sumter. Now we are down to 3, and now you can say honestly, any man could win it. Anuwai with the pedigree and the pace. Oh! There's the European uppercut! Beheading Anuwai. Now Wilde. Diamond Dust. Ducks the Anuwai right. Wanted the cross body. Big Samoan drop.
Jinx, buy you a Coke.
And Lance Anuwai making a big-time statement in his ECWA debut. Nobody home that time, though. Chris Wilde vacates the premises.
Papadon finally up to 2 feet.
Tries to toss Wilde. Wilde skins the cat, and he's back in. And Papadon.
Has been eliminated.
Wait, Pop thinks he's won. Pop thinks that Wilde went over the top. Sorry, Pop. Super kick. That could do it. Oh, wait a minute. Wilde wants to go up top and punctuate it. Swanton from the top. Wow. Far leg hook. 2, 3. Wow.
Wow. Did I say wow?
ECWA Heavyweight Champion, the Heart Killer, Chris Wilde.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us,
We've got your back.
You have ours.
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
I'm Mary, and I used to be a smoker. I want to give you some tips about getting ready in the morning. Lord, you're there. Then wig. Then your head redefined. And now you're ready for the day.
Hey, Hey, welcome back. We're still doing Code Red. I'm still John Germain Esquire, and you're still wondering how things happened, how things shook out between Breaker Morant and the Napalm Bomb. Well, suffice to say, both men understood that a win over the other would be a huge momentum boost going into the June 7th main event for the heavyweight title. Both men knew it would give them a mental edge over the other, knowing that they could beat that man, knowing they could pin that man or make that man submit. What nobody saw coming, well, except maybe Joel Blackheart and certainly Phil Sly, was that the devious, dirty, no good, low down, scumbag lowlife would interject himself into this contest. And like I said, if you have some Purell handy, now's the time to start applying it gratuitously, because in a few minutes you're really going to wish you had. But before we get there, we had great action between Breaker Morant and the Napalm Bomb that we want to show you.
Who would have thought Tsetse Flies would have found their way into the call tonight? Not on. Morant fighting back, rights and lefts from his knees, but a big 12-6 elbow to the crown of the skull ends that. Yeah, maybe it's that mouthpiece that just makes Napalm look meaner these days.
Keeps the spit in there.
I suppose.
John Skyler needs one.
He will after tonight, dear Lord. And he's still got to wrestle one more match. I wonder if it's like there's a button that if you hit it, it's like the dunk tank. Maybe that's why guys keep kicking him in the face.
No water to be seen, but and hopefully he doesn't fall through the bottom of the ring here.
Napalm Bomb crashing in, all of his heft. Falling on Breaker Morant, who is draped perilously across that middle rope. You know, Napalm Bomb is a dangerous mix of strength and agility. I mean, he finishes you off with a Swanton Bomb, which is uncanny for a guy his size.
He is a very tall, a tall drink of water.
Morant slows the momentum. Oh my God!
Joel Blackheart enjoying that.
Legal beheading in the ring. That's got to do it. No. And the frustration from Napalm Bomb. I, like he, thought that drop kick was going to be enough. Just incredible force.
He's calling for the finish.
He wants to put this thing away. He's going where eagles dare. Up top. To try and touch the sky, but Morant back to his feet. And he backs into that top rope. And he likes his handiwork. Could be time for that patented Breaker Morant Frankensteiner from the top. Yes, sir!
Wow, that was beautiful.
I am always impressed. Every time Morant hits it. Comes over, far leg hook. Could that be it? No. You know, if you told me this was a match in the tournament, I'd believe you. These guys pulling out all of the stops to try and secure a victory and build precious momentum ahead of June's title bout.
We'll have to keep them in mind for next year's tournament.
Breaker gets him up. That might do it if he can connect. No, Napalm wriggles out, gets him up.
And sneaks out again.
Roll up. 1, 2, and wait a minute! Come on! Come on! Thank you, Mike Keener.
As a result of a disqualification.
Oh, come on now. No, this is
your problem.
This is absolute garbage. This is filth. This is a travesty. The outcome is just and correct, but still, the academics afterward. Come on now. Napalm Bomb and Breaker Morant still going at each other on the outside, right in front of the announce position.
Every month I stand here. Every month I have to be very guarded with my words because management has told me I'm only allowed to go so far in my partiality for or against anyone. And frankly, I think I do a pretty good job because everybody can make a case for what it is they're doing, except for one man. That man is Phil Sly. Now look, Phil, the upshot is you got some comeuppance from Damian Dragon. Hell, I standed, I applauded, I cheered as you got laid out with an ace crusher in the middle of that ring. But something tells me that despite the pain and suffering that you're going through, you're still hanging your laurels on the fact that you have your little undefeated streak in the ECWA. Well, there are some rumblings and some grumblings that Joe Zanoli and the ECWA management might make things a little bit tougher for you come June 7th. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for you, Phil Sly, and I'm sure it'll be something special in mind. Speaking of special, after the break, we're going to come back and take a look at the tag team title tilt that went down at the Super 8. It was D-Line and Team CK. Could the upstarts dethrone the champs? Come on back and find out, because this is Code Red.
You can use the word competitor. You can call them your friends or an inspiration. A brother, a hero, a mentor, a son, a teammate, a winner, a daughter, an athlete, a classmate, a worker, a runner, a leader, a human being. You can use a lot of words to describe people with intellectual disabilities, but retarded isn't one of them. Let's commit to ban the R word. Special Olympics, be a fan.
Nothing ever stays the same. Everything must change. In our breakdown, must we lose? Or could we look for new breakthrough? For aren't we finding colors through our tears? And aren't we truly facing off our fears? Nothing ever stays the same. Everything must change. What's the best now we could do? And what's the future we could view? Only falling through our years. And aren't we truly facing off our fears?
Welcome back into this week's episode of Code Red. D-Line have been the tag team champs around here for a pretty good run. They've stood up to some tough opposition. Some big, gnarly dudes have tried to take the title belts from around the waists of Black Ice and Body Snatcher. Many have tried, all have failed, but none have had the momentum behind them, the drive behind them of Team CK. They burst onto the scene back at the start of 2014. Sean Carr Cage came out of nowhere like a bolt of lightning with a couple of big wins and a couple of unprovoked attacks in the back on guys who really didn't even see it coming. But suffice to say, they've used their means to justify the ends, and the ends were a tag title shot against D-Line. What happened in this match, nobody saw coming. You just got to take a look for yourself.
Tag team titles are on the line here. The champs D-Line, the challengers Team CK. End of the first half of what has been an exciting 2014 Super 8 tournament. Half the field has gone home unhappy. 2 more will go home unhappy in a little bit, and then we will crown a champion to end the night. We may crown new tag team champions before all is said and done here.
And not to mention our 8-man scramble we got coming up. L.L.C. in that, Kid USA. We got Chris Wilde. We got
Mark Haro slated to be in that. The Monster A2 slated to be in that.
Solo.
A lot of flammable ingredients, and only one man can go on to the 4-way match in June for the vacant heavyweight championship.
In that 8-man scramble, also a brand new comer.
Lance Anuai.
Lance Anuai. I'm glad you said it. I was going to get the first part right, the second part not so much.
Tag here, and it's Carr back in for Cage, as it has been all Team CK, and surprisingly, they've done it against Body Snatcher, but you have to believe their thought process is, if we keep the big fella down, we work him over, really render him inoperable by taking out the left leg, maybe that's the path to victory tonight for the challengers, as it's Carr wrenching on that left knee. Keener at 2 as Body Snatcher had let the shoulders hit the mat to get some relief off the torque being applied to the MCL.
Oh, sneak attack.
And that sends Black Ice to the floor, and that's going to allow Cage. Hey, wait a minute! Cage has one of the title belts! Cage has one of the title belts!
Come on, ref, turn around!
Keener's not going to see it! And he lays out
Not
Body
this way!
Snatcher.
Come on, not this way!
Black Ice on the floor. No way he's going to make the save. That could be all. 2. No!
No! Wow! Kick out at 2. D-Line is not going to let it finish this way.
The nefarious acts of Cage, not enough to put away the champs. But Body Snatcher has to make a tag. That left leg has to be throbbing in pain. Just took a belt, the 10 pounds of brass and leather, square to the chops. And still, Sean Carr rather, like a vulture.
If D-Line makes it out of this tonight, it's by the skin of their teeth.
Their toughest test to date. Desperation! Massive spine buster! Mike Keener, the 10 count. Both men are going to look to make a tag. Cage in his corner, Black Ice in the other, both extending their arms desperately, urging their partner on, trying to get that tag.
We're up to 6.
Tag went to Black Ice first. He's in first, and he starts throwing rights. Takes out Cage. Nice backbreaker, and he takes out Carr. The champ's feeling it now. They're sizing up Cage.
Oh, it's time. Black Ice.
Oh, lay out Cage. Hey, wait a minute. What? Carr the same, but Renee Michelle's out here. What the hell? Why is Renee Michelle here?
I don't mind.
I thought Ricky Martinez sent her home for the night.
Is she scouting?
I have no idea what's going on here. Meanwhile, it's Body Snatcher and Black Ice. 2-on-1 on Carr.
She's in my way. I
can't
really see it.
God, Black Ice! Shoulder first into the steel. Launched in there by his partner.
Sorry, I was looking at other things.
And now Body Snatcher giving pursuit on one good leg towards Sean Carr. And Sean Carr, he's using Renee Michelle as a human shield. He's thrown her in the ring.
She shouldn't even have been out here. Come on.
Why is she out here in the first place? Keener's got to get her out of there. Body Snatcher catches her. Oh, wait a minute! Come on! Sly as a fox, Renee Michelle, the low blow! Super kick, felling Body Snatcher. And we've seen this before. Cage puts him up. Carr puts a stamp on it. Cage mails it in. 1, 2, new tag team champions.
And new ECWA Tag Team Champions.
Just disgusting what I'm looking at right here.
Team CK.
What is wrong with this woman?
Could she be in cahoots with Cage and Carr? And clearly there's an acknowledgement by the new champs. They acknowledge her role.
You know, I talked before about the means and the ends. Clearly, Renee Michelle was part of the means by which Team CK won the tag team titles from D-Line. There's no questioning that. But the ends, to go from a complete unknown to the champions, the tag team champs of one of the most prestigious companies the world has ever seen, you could say that those ends justified the means. And for Team CK, it means they get to walk around until June at least, calling themselves the tag champs, but you have to believe there's going to be a rematch between they and the D-Line, who will be steamed and looking to get back what they believe is theirs that was stolen surreptitiously thanks to the actions of Renee Michelle. Well, hey, next week on the program, it is time to talk about the Super 8 final. Southern Savior John Schuyler, could he cash in and become the next man to win the tournament? Or at M-Dog 20, Matt Cross, see the dream deferred from 7 years ago come to fruition and get to start calling himself a Super 8 champ? You're going to have to come back to see how things unfolded in the tournament final. In the meantime, for tickets and information for our big June 7th show, go to ECWAProWrestling.com. For information about POD Productions, who puts on this program and brings you all your fine ECWA DVDs, PridesProductions.com, and we're both on Facebook. You know the magic box, and you put the words in, you'll find us just fine because you're a very competent, smart person. Well, hey, for everybody here at ECWA and POD, I am John Germain Esquire, and I cannot wait until next week to bring you the ECWA Super 8 Tournament Final, but we'll have to do it a week from today. We'll see you next time on Code Red.